Hey everybody, welcome to the Day One Leadership video blog. We're now 4 months into Day One Leadership, and I want to thank everybody who has become a part of the community we're trying to build. A big part of leadership, of course, is always asking what could we improve on, what could we do better? So we've been talking about how we can fiddle with the website, and yes, that felt as bad to say as I thought it was going to. So how can we try to make the website better? And I'll start with the blog. I've really loved being able to share the insights of the leaders that we profiled. One thing that's come clear though is that the people we interview and the people who read the profiles have found one particular question to be more interesting than the others. And that is, what is your least favorite cultural cliche? What lesson, insight, quote has been repeated over and over again in this world that you found through your experience to have flaws with it? And whether it's everything happens for a reason, or fake it till you make it, or laughter is the best medicine, people have been really interested in that question. And as such, we're going to make that the focus of the blog moving forward. Asking leaders of all types, what lesson were you taught growing up that you found has a problem with it? And we're going to share that with you on a weekly basis. Now, a huge part of Day One Leadership, of course, is the process of operationalizing leadership values. Pick a value that's important to you, define clearly what it means, and then use action-oriented questions to live it on a daily basis. So that is going to stay a part of the website. That's what I'm going to use the video blog for. Every week I'll choose a value, I'll talk about how I've come to define it, and then I'll offer you at least 2 sample questions that you could put into action right away to make sure that you live that value every day. The podcast will continue as it has been. I'm thrilled with the response we're getting from it. Thanks so much for all of you who listen. I have to admit though, we did make one big flaw. I made a list of people I wanted to interview. We set up the interviews, and because of scheduling, most of the people we interviewed were men. And you know what? I think it's a really important lesson that I didn't even realize that. And we have to be conscious of making sure that we don't just blindly allow certain groups to dominate in leadership. And so, you know what? I'm embarrassed by the fact that out of the first dozen or so podcasts that we did, we only featured 2 women. Now, there's a long list of people that we're going to be featuring, and you're going to see some amazing women moving forward. But I wanted to acknowledge that that was something that happened without me even realizing it. And I think that's why we always have to stay conscious and make sure that we are actually living up to the values like diversity and inclusion that I really believe I stand for. But then I looked and my actions clearly didn't measure up to that. So we're going to work to address that as we head into season 2 of the podcast. So a blog that focuses on cultural cliches and the things that people have found to be false. Because I found that people are interested in what you've discovered to be true about the world. They're fascinated by what you found to be false. And of course, we'll continue to talk about definitions and operationalizing values in the video blog every week, and you'll keep hearing great in-depth interviews with leaders of all types on the Day One Leadership podcast. You can check out everything at day1leadership.com. You can subscribe to get updated every week on the new things we add to the website. I want to thank you all so much for supporting what we're doing, and we're going to keep trying to make it better for you. For the Day One Leadership video blog, I'm Drew Dudley. I'll see you next week.